Any idea what is foreign key? Okay. Let us discuss about foreign key. A foreign key establishes relationship between tables. The main purpose is establishing relationship between the tables. Foreign key constraint establishes relationship between the tables. The relationship is called parent-child relationship. This relationship is called parent-child relationship. Next point. A foreign key constraint, a foreign key column present in the child table will accept only the values in primary key or unique key of parent table. A foreign key present in the child table will accept only the values in primary key or unique key of the parent table. Let us understand all these concepts very easily by taking an example. Assume I have a student table. I have a table school. School underscore Oman is the name of the table. This table is having 3 columns: number, name, marks. There are 3 students joined the school. The library table will store the information about which books are borrowed from the library. This table is having two student number. If any student borrows the book, job of the librarian, he should enter the name of the student, which student has borrowed the book, and name of the book. The job of the librarian is that if any take a note of the student borrowed the book as well as the book. Is this clear?
Yeah.
If you look at this data, you can easily identify that 108 is an invalid value. Definitely 108 is an invalid value. Now why 108 is an invalid value? Because there is no student with the name 108, isn't it? Now how can he borrow a book? So this is a data entry mistake. Instead of inserting 101 or 102 or 103, by mistake the librarian has entered 108. According to the data type and size, it is valid. We can avoid this kind of invalid values to be entered into a database by establishing relationship between the two tables. In our scenario as well, okay. When you establish relationship, this kind of 108 will not be entered into our database, and that's how we can improve the accuracy of the database. So for you can improve the accuracy of the. In this example, the school table is called parent table. Library is called child table. And parent table will have what constraint? Primary key. This S number is a primary key, and this S number which is there in the child table is a foreign key. Is this clear? Foreign key will always be there in the child table. A foreign key present in the child table. A foreign key will always be there in the child table. It will not be there in the parent table. It is a child table. What is parent table constraint? Parent table contains always a primary key, or minimum it should have a unique constraint. Is this clear? What about the scenario, Jamal?
Sunil,
Yes.
actually when you are explaining, there was a network issue, so we couldn't, hear you properly.
1 minute, I'll change the network. Give me a minute. I am in cognizant premises. That's the reason I'm facing these kind of issues.
So, okay. So, what's hot in Cognizant? That is, that's an IT company.
They have to take the interview.
Achha, you'll be taking the interview, or?
They want to recruit Oracle.
It's not in, hello? Cognizant, they have 2 lakh people around the world. Employees, IT employees, of which 75% are there in India. Okay, it's like Agus's company, Agus IT multinational company. Okay, so it's under Wipro, Infosys, TCL, Cognizant. Recently, they have removed 20,000 people. Almost 20,000. And yes, therefore, interview. I'm not sure, but yes.
Yes, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Sunil, we can hear you now.
Yes, yes. I have changed the network connection. I hope now there will be no problem. I will repeat one more time.
You are in Cognizant, you said. You're there for.
Yes, yes. No, I am cognizant. My task is to take the interviews for the technical consultants of Oracle applications. They want 5 years of experience of Oracle apps technical consultant, and there were all the managers are busy, so they have hired me for 4 days.
Okay. Okay. So nice.
Generally I regularly take trainings for Cognizant.
Okay.
Fresher recruitment as well as lateral entries. Those the Cognizant wants to switch their developers from one technology to other Oracle apps, then they will call me for providing the training. Now they have called me for conducting the interviews.
Okay. Great.
Thank you. Yeah.
So we have a backup, huh? You employ your students also, I think.
Yeah. Okay. repeat the importance and the need for establishing relationship. So the foreign key establishes relationship between the tables. This relationship is called parent-child relationship. Now, very important, assume that you have a school underscore Oman, and there are 3 students in the school, 101, 102, 103. And every school maintains a library. So I have created a table called library with 2 columns, student number and book name. If any student borrows a book, it is a job of the librarian to take a note of the student number who borrowed the book and the name of the book. Jamal 102 has borrowed C++, 103 has borrowed Java, 103 has borrowed Linux, fine. 108 has borrowed Oracle. This is the data what I have seen in the library. By looking at the data in the library, I have surprised because it is clear that the 108 value is an invalid value. Am I right, Jamal?
Right.
108 is an invalid value because we have no student with 108. So this is an invalid value. According to the data type and size, 108 is valid, but according to the business, the 108 is an invalid value. So in future, I don't want these kind of invalid values to be entered into our database. How can we avoid these kind of invalid values to be entered into a database? By establishing relationship, you can avoid these kind of invalid values. Which 2 tables we should establish relationship? We should establish relationship with school table as well as with the library table. In this example, in this scenario, the school table is called as parent table. Library table is called child table. Always the foreign key will be present in the child, and look at this in the school table. It is very clear that the student number, unique identification, every student is uniquely identified with student number. So it is very obvious that the student number is a primary key. And where is the foreign key? Foreign key will always be there in the child table. This student number present in the child table is called as a foreign key. And look at the definition. A foreign key present in the child table, yes, you can clearly see this S number present in the child table, will accept only the values in the primary key. Which values it will accept? The foreign key will accept only 101, 102 or 103. If you try to insert 108, this will give you error. So by establishing relationship, you can make sure that the data entered into a database are accurate. That is the advantage of establishing relationship using this foreign key constraint. Is this clear? Understanding the foreign key constraint? Any doubts? Jamal, clear?
Yeah, it's fine.
Now, to work out with this scenario, it's a 4-step process. Step 1, we need to create parent table. And parent table should have what constraint? Primary key constraint. Step 2, we insert rows into parent table. We insert these 3 rows into the table. Step 3 is something new for us. Step 3, creating child table, and child table should have what constraint? Foreign key constraint. Step 4, insert rows into child table and understand the behavior of the foreign key, which columns are getting, which values are getting accepted, which values are getting rejected. So this is a 4-step process. Jamal, using this 4-step process, you can understand the importance and the need for a foreign key. Okay. Step 1, you already know how to create a table with primary key. Step 2, we already know how to insert the rows into the parent table. Okay. So I completed step 1 and step 2. Yesterday we have learned how to create a primary key. The name of the table is school underscore Oman. Here the name of the table is library underscore Oman. So Dilavar, what is your designation?
I'm senior ERP admin for finance and supply chain.
Oh, okay. So you already having experience in financial modules and supply chain modules of Oracle Labs.
Yeah.
What about Jamal? Your designation?
Junior ERP admin.
Okay. Okay, okay. Senior ERP admin with junior ERP admin.
He is my senior.
Oh.
His senior is Mudassar, in fact.
And what is Mudassar designation?
He is the team leader for technical.
Team leader for technical. So senior than you, Dilawar?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. He suggested you to join this course?
In fact, it was from our manager. Uh, he wanted us to get the full cycle of the ERP.
Okay, okay. Creating parent table. Parent table should have what constraint? Primary key. Creating and I insert the rows into the parent table. Step 1, creating parent table. Step 2, inserting the rows into the parent table. I first execute these two steps. Table created. Three rows inserted. Step 3, creating child table. This is something new. Create table.
Sunil, you have normally na, just insert values. I thought all this will come into one single SQL prompt. I thought.
One row created, one row created, one row created.
Yeah, I was expecting that maybe it will have all three will come into one single SQL prompt, but it has
No, no.
taken different routes. It's
No,
fine.
no. Yes, yes. When you write semicolon, it will end the query and that gets executed. Again, it will take the next query.
Fine. If you have not entered the semicolon, then I think all these three will have been combined. I think.
You get an error.
Yeah.
Actually, semicolon is mandatory.
Yeah. Correct. Now here it matters.
Yeah. Library underscore Oman, and library is having two columns: S number, which is number of size 3, and the second column is book name. Let's say it is varchar 2 of size 10. Okay. But library table should have what constraint? Jamal, library should have foreign key constraint. So how to apply a foreign key constraint? Don't use the word foreign key. No, it's not the foreign key. Foreign key is also called as a referential integrity constraint. Foreign key is also called as referential integrity constraint. So how to apply foreign key? So column name, data type, size, you need to use the word references. References. This S number which is there in the library table should refer to which table? Jamal, it should refer to the parent table. What's the name of the parent table? School underscore Oman. In the parent table, which column it should refer to? It should refer to the first column, that is CS number. This is how to apply a foreign key. You need to use the word references, which should refer to which table? The parent table. In the parent table, it should refer to the primary key column.
This one,
Yes.
null plus not null plus unique is also primary key, as you said. That cannot be referenced, no? Though it is function like same like primary key.
If you want to refer it, primary key or unique.
Ah, okay.
Parent table can have primary key, or minimum it should have unique.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, if it is unique also, it will work.
Okay. But unique plus not null will not work.
No, if you have unique, that's enough, it will work.
Achha.
Okay.
Okay.
So is this training helping you to get some exposure, Dilavar? Adding value, you feel?
Definitely 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Thank you. Okay. I already have created parent table. I already have inserted 3 rows into the parent table. Jamal, now I am creating the child table. Child table created. 102, is it a valid insert command? Jamal?
Yes.
103, is it a valid insert command?
Yes.
Yes, the first 3 insert commands are valid. Now, why the first 3 insert commands are valid? Because whenever you are inserting a row into the foreign key, whenever you are inserting a value into the foreign key, it checks whether this value is there in the parent table or not. 102, yes, it is available, so it is valid. 103, it is available, so it is valid. 103 is also available, it is valid. 108, is it available in the parent table? 108 is not available in the parent table. So the last insert command will give you error. Yes, you got an error as expected. Please read the error message, Jamal. Integrity constraint violated. Parent key not found. What does that mean? That means 108 is not found. Where it is not found? 108 is not found in the parent table. As 108 is not found in the parent table, this is giving you error. So by establishing relationship, you can have this kind of accuracy maintained in your database. Is this clear? Now look at the status of the parent and child tables. Parent table is having 3 records, child table is having 3 records. This S number in the parent table is primary key. S number in the child table is called as a foreign key. Always, foreign key will be the subset of the primary key. Always the foreign key will be the subset of the primary key. Is this clear how the foreign key will work? Yeah. Any doubts in understanding the foreign key, Jamal?
No, it's clear.
Dilavar, especially when you're dealing with the AP module invoices, we have invoice headers and invoice lines, isn't it?
Yeah.
So in invoice headers, you will have invoice ID as a primary key. In invoice lines, that invoice ID becomes a child foreign key.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can have only the lines which are matching with the parent table, isn't it? We cannot have invoice lines without invoice number. So that kind of relationship is practically used in the application.
Yeah, that header ID will flow, or the invoice
Yeah.
ID, header ID will flow to the lines and the distributions also. That
Exactly.
separation will be maintained.
That is the same concept of this foreign key.
Yeah.
Next. Very important. I want to delete the first row. I want to delete the first row from the parent table. Whenever you want to delete the row from the parent table, we write a delete command. delete from school underscore Oman where S number equal to 101. This command will delete the first row. Next, I want to delete the second record. Only change in the condition Jamal. Second record, if I want to delete, the condition is S number equal to 102. This delete command will delete one row from the parent table. This delete command also will delete the second row from the parent table, isn't it, Jamal?
Yes.
Interesting thing is that first delete command I will execute. One row has deleted. Now look at the parent and child table. Select star from the parent table. Previously parent table is having 3 records. Now the parent table is having only 2 records. Sorry.
Select.
Unknown. Sorry.
Select. Spelling of select.
Look at the parent and child tables now. We have deleted one row from the parent table. So the parent table will have only 2 records. There is no change in the child table. Child table remains as it is. So this is valid. Similarly, I try to delete the second record. When you try to delete 102, you get an error. You get an error. Integrity constraint violated. Child record found. We cannot delete the record from the parent row, parent table, if the corresponding value exists in the child.
Okay.
First delete command is successful. Second delete command is giving you an error. You cannot delete the row from the parent table if the corresponding value exists in the child. Are you understanding? How 101 is successfully deleted? Because there is no 101 value in the child table. Can I delete 103, Jamal?
No.
Can I delete 103? No, you cannot delete 103 because 103 is available in the child table. So very important point, we cannot delete the record from the parent table if the corresponding value exists in the child table. Is this clear? Any doubts why we are able to? If you want to delete 102, Jamal, if you want to delete 102, first what you should do, delete the corresponding record in the child table and then you can delete it from the parent table.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is about a foreign key relationship. And one important point, it's not compulsory that the foreign key column name should match with the primary key column name. Column name need not match actually. In many scenarios, especially in applications also, generally the common practice followed is that the primary key column name and the child foreign key column name is always the common thing, but it need not be the case. But generally the common practice is the primary key column name, foreign key column name will be the same. Is this clear how the foreign key help in improving the accuracy of the database by avoiding invalid values entered into a database?
Yeah.
Okay. Next. Let's move to the next constraint. Check. User to define domain of a column. User to define domain of a column. What do you mean by domain of a column? Domain means values a column can store. You can define my column should store only these values, my column should store only those values. So you can define, you can give some restrictions on the column by using check constraint. The best example, have a look at this. 40, 80, 120. Can I store 120 in marks column, Jamal?
Marks, yes.
Yes. You can store 999 also, because 3 is not the minimum size, it is the maximum size. So table created. All the 3 rows are the valid rows. Okay. Now I have conducted an exam which of maximum of 100 marks. So a student cannot get maximum more than 100 marks. So it is a data entry mistake again. By mistake, instead of inserting 20, by mistake he has inserted 120. It got accepted. That means I want to create a marks column. I want to create a marks column in such a way that the marks column will only accept the values less than or equal to 100. So you want to define a column in such a way that the column will accept only the values which are less than or equal to 100. This kind of conditions is possible by using the check constraint. How can we do that? So I create a table student to 2 underscore Roman, and marks column I apply what constraint? Check constraint. What is the condition? I write it. Condition is marks should be less than or equal to, Dilavar should be less than or equal to 100. Close of check, one more closing bracket. So I have applied check constraint, and I have defined the condition what values my marks column should accept, only values less than or equal to 100.
Okay.
Table created. Whenever you insert, it checks the condition. 40 less than or equal to 100, condition is true, so it accepted. 80 less than or equal to 100, condition is true. Next, 120, it checks 120 less than or equal to 100, condition is false. The second record gets rejected. First records, there is no problem, accepted. Third record, read the message. Jamal, check constraint violated. Now why check constraint is violated? Because the condition is failing. You can define such kind of rules saying that my marks should be less than or equal to 100. Can be possible by writing check constraint. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Another example. Let's say for example, 1 minute. Practically where again a check constraint is used, especially in banking application. To open an account in ICICI Bank, the minimum balance is 10,000. So in the banking application, they will define a check constraint saying that the balance should be greater than or equal to 10,000. Dilavar, you can open an account with 3,000. The system will not accept, isn't it?
No.
So this kind of rules should be more than 10,000, should be less than 100. So this or should be between so and so values. This kind of rules can be applied by using the check constraint. Yes. Your doubt?
This check constant comes with a condition, or can we have just check?
No. Compulsory, you need to mention the condition.
Okay. Okay. Condition is required.
If you write just check, what it needs to check, what values it needs to check, what is the condition. When you are applying a check constraint, it is based on some condition only. Agree? Not like primary key or a unique key. So in that case, you should define the condition mandatory.
Okay. And this can this check go along with the? I mean, will it go with the primary key? I mean, with that combination?
Yes. Okay.
Will it have any importance? I mean to say.
Can be done. For example, okay. Okay. Yesterday, I hope you remember, constraints can be created at 2 levels: column level, table level. Do you remember?
Yeah, yeah.
There are 2 syntaxes: column level syntax and table level syntax. When you write the column name, data type, size in the same line, when you apply the check constraint, it is called column level.
Okay.
After completing all the column names, when you apply the check constraint, it is called as a table level.
Okay.
Table student 3 underscore Oman. I want to apply primary key on the first column. How to apply it? Column name, data type, size,
Right.
primary key. Jamal, this is what level syntax? Is it column level or table level?
This is column level.
Yes. Next. After completing all the columns, mention the constraint you want to apply. Jamal, I want to apply primary key. On which column I want to apply S number? This is what level?
Table level.
Dilavar.
Yeah.
I'm applying two constraints on the column student number. One is primary key constraint. The other one is a check constraint. Dilavar, first one valid.
Yeah.
Second one
Yeah.
valid.
Yeah. No.
Second insert command. There is a primary key. Primary key
Yes.
will not accept duplicates.
Yeah, it's a duplicate. Yeah, it's not valid. Second is not valid.
That is the effect of multiple constraints. Third one valid.
Yeah.
Fourth one valid.
Yeah.
Fifth one.
No. It's exceeding 103.
This is error because of primary key constraint.
Okay.
Constraint valid. 102, 103 valid. 104 error out because of check constraint.
Yeah.
Got it? Check constraint valid. Like this, you can apply multiple constraints on the column. In case if you are applying multiple constraint, handy syntax, one constraint applied at column level, one constraint applied at table level. So you will be comfortable. Okay.
Okay. Uh, uh, but is it mandatory to have one at the column level and the other at the table level, or we can have both at the table level, check and primary key?
Both you can have it at table level.
Achha, okay. How will
But
be
both
the-
we cannot. But both we cannot have it at column level. Column level only one syntax is allowed. One constraint is allowed.
Okay. Okay, fine. Then if it is at the table level, how will be the syntax?
Yeah, I'll show you. normal table without constraint. Okay. First,
Okay.
I want to apply primary key constraint, table level. On
Yes, member.
first constraint is completed. Second, I want to apply check constraint. Write the condition.
Yes, member.
Close of check, close of the main brackets. Two constraints. Both the constraints at the table level.
So in column it's not allowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So use that as per your comfortability. There are two syntaxes. One is column level, the other one is table level.
Yeah. If we have seen primary key for multiple, I mean composite primary key we have seen. Is there any composite check also?
No. Check on each column. No composite check.
Acha, if I want another check, then I have to go with S name,
Another check.
not null or something. Huh?
Marks. Check. Sorry. One more check.
Yeah.
Maximum marks is 100. So marks should be less than or equal to
Fine.
two check constraint. One check constraint applying on S number. One check constraint applying on marks.
True.
Comma missing.
Yeah.
Table created. Okay. Like this, multiple check constraints on multiple columns. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jamal, what we are doing, you are applying constraint like primary key, you are applying foreign key, you are applying check constraint at the time of creating the table in the create command. You are applying the constraint at the time of creating the table. You will come across a scenario where the table is already available, table is already having the data. To the existing table data, you want to add a constraint. Yes, it can be possible. Table without constraint. Table created. 3 rows are inserted. Select star from the table name. Obviously, you get those 3 rows. Now, you want to apply. I want to apply primary key. I want to apply primary key on the S number column. So, how to apply constraint to an existing table data? That is possible by using alter command. Alter table, name of the table is student6_Roman. You need to use the keyword add because obviously you're adding the constraint. What constraint you want to add, Jamal? I want to add primary key. Which column you want to make the primary key? table altered, primary key is applied. How can you confirm it? Try to insert a duplicate record. Try to insert a duplicate record. Error. This is a proof that the primary key has been applied. So you can apply constraint to an existing table. That is possible by using alter command. In the same way, you can remove the constraint. Add is the keyword to add the constraint. Drop is the keyword to drop the constraint. Drop primary key. That's enough. When you're dropping primary key, you don't need to mention the name of the column, because by default table can have only one primary key. It automatically identifies what is the primary key, and that particular primary key is dropped.
But for checks, we need.
For check, you should mention the column name. Table altered, the primary key has been removed. Now let us check, try to insert the duplicate. Inserted. Select star from student 6 underscore Oman. Can you see duplicate? This is a proof that the primary key has been removed. So drop is a keyword, and you should mention the primary key. If you're dropping check constraint or unique constraint, you should mention the column name, S number, or if it is primary key, column name is not required. So this is how to add and remove the constraints to an existing table.
Sunil,
Yes.
suppose there is a child table. Okay. Now,
Okay.
if you are removing, you cannot delete a record from the master table from the primary table, because there is a referential integrity in the child table. But
You're talking about 102. Let's say 102 you cannot delete.
we cannot delete. So either we need to. If I want to remove it, then what is the process? I have to delete it from 102, and then I have to. Either the records have to be removed, or we can directly remove the constraints.
Generally, we will not remove the constraint, isn't it? We want the constraint to be applied. That's the reason we have created. So in case if you want to delete 102 from the parent, step 1, delete 102 from the child first.
Yeah.
Delete 102 from the child first, and then delete 102 from the parent. Okay?
Okay.
That's the process.
But, yeah. Okay. But what about the constants to? What will be the status of?
If you want to remove the constraint.
Yeah.
If you want to remove the constraint.
Yeah.
Do you want to remove the foreign key constraint, or both primary key and foreign key? So you remove the foreign key constraint, you want to say. Okay. Coming back to our scenario. School Oman, library Oman. Remove the foreign key from the child table.
Oh.
Alter table. Library underscore Oman. Drop. What constraint you need to drop?
Foreign.
Foreign key. Which column? I think
While creating, we have used the references, but to drop, we have to use foreign key.
yes. Okay. 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 I want to tell you something. Okay. alter table school underscore Oman, drop primary key cascade. Try to understand. Alter table school underscore Oman, that means it is our parent table. In the parent table I am dropping what constraint? Primary key constraint. Cascade means the related, this primary key related foreign key will also be dropped automatically. So primary key will be removed and the corresponding foreign key constraints in the child table will also be removed automatically.
Without disturbing the data.
Without disturbing the data, yes. Now you can see the data, there are 2 rows and 3 rows.
Yeah.
So 2 rows in the parent table, 3 rows in child table. Table altered.
Yeah.
Alright, data is not disturbed, but the primary key is removed and the corresponding foreign key is removed. Shall we try to insert 108 in the child?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Insert it.
That is a test for this.
One row created.
Yeah.
One zero eight is created. And if primary key is removed or not, let us check by inserting a duplicate row in the parent table.
Fitting this thing.
One row created. Duplicate is inserted in the parent table. Got it? So this is a proof that the primary key has removed and the corresponding foreign keys also be removed from the child table. Okay? Is this clear doubt?
Yeah, it's clear. This cascade is on delete cascade, na? We refer it as?
No. On delete cascade is different. Okay?
Achha. Okay.
This is cascading with respect to constraint. Okay.
Okay.
What is on delete cascade? On delete cascade, we use a clause when you're creating a foreign key constraint. Here we write on delete cascade. The effect of on delete cascade is that when you delete the row from the parent table, actually when you try to delete it, you will get an error, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you try to delete 102, we got an error. But when you use on delete cascade, what happens is when you try to delete 102, the row will be deleted from the parent table and the corresponding row will also be deleted from the child table automatically.
Oh.
Okay? That is about on delete cascade. You want to practically look at the on delete cascade?
No, I mean, you follow your steps. I mean, when I saw
Yeah.
cascade, what of on delete cascade?
Okay. So I hope you understood the on delete cascade scenario,
Yeah,
Jamal.
Yes.
Okay. So with this, we have completed the concept of constraints. So constraints helps in improving the accuracy, and you can add the constraint and you can drop the constraint to an existing table as per the requirement. So this is about constraint. Yes.
I have a question here in altering the table on the last topic.
Yes. Tell
Can
me.
you go up? Yeah, here we are we are dropping the primary key, okay, by removing the primary key. Now, let's say if I want to change the condition, can you go up? Hello, Sunil? Yes, go. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. My question is, in altering the table, what we have done is we have dropped the primary key.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if we have constants like check, now in that check there is a condition, like let's say less than equal to 100. Now I want to change the condition.
Okay.
What will be the command?
Okay. Let's say the condition is marks less than or equal to 100. Now you want to change the condition marks less than or equal to 50.
Right. Yes.
When you want to change the condition, what you should do is to drop the constraint and recreate the constraint.
Okay. There is no modifier.
No modify.
Hello?
There is no modify. You need to drop the check constraint and recreate the check constraint. Okay? Shall I show you or not required?
It's okay.
How to drop the check constraint? Drop
Check and column name.
not check and column name. This is something new you should understand now here. There's something additional things what I should explain you about the constraint names. Okay. I think drop check will not work. There is a different way of dropping the check constraint. Let us work out a scenario.
Check drop foreign key.
Jamal, yeah.
Drop the primary, no? But no.
Foreign key.
I hope you both are enjoying the training. It's like a game.
Yes.
Cognizant needs five plus resources, 5 years experience resources on Oracle applications technical. They are not finding the right candidates.
Why is it so?
I don't know. I mean, they are all getting their resumes from the Naukri and Monster.
Okay. Is it a walk-in?
Yeah, it is a scheduled interview, not walking.
Okay.
Maybe Sunil, you are the best guy.
But I want to be a trainer.
You are in the manufacturing process, huh?
Delivering the resources, trained resources.
You create the people, but you don't get employed. You're not interested in all this, huh? You create the people. Trainers, huh?
So 50 is valid.
Yeah.
You know, Jamal is also my old student. Do you know it? Not Jamal, Abbas.
Abbas, how come?
Mudassir?
Mudassar.
Okay.
When?
Long back, many years back.
For which module? I mean, or what?
I think he has also done OA framework also. Long back, I am doing this more than 9 years training.
Sure.
Maybe I think it is confidential. Sorry, please don't reveal it.
No,
He
no.
will be watching this video.
Oh my God! Don't share this video.
I will not save this in the.
No, I mean, first of all, Sunil, you need to share this on the cloud first of all.
Okay.
No, not an issue. What I'm saying, I mean, you have to share this on the cloud first of all. Now, still, it is your baby now.
Okay. Now 51 row is created, 120 the row has been rejected, saying that the check constraint is violated. That's fine. Okay, you know this why it is done. I want to Jamal wants to change the condition from less than 100 to less than 50. So it's a two-step process. Step one, drop the constraint and recreate the constraint. I think we are going slow. Maybe we cannot complete before Ramzan because it's more like an interactive session rather than a course content oriented.
Yes, but including apps technical, Sunil, what do you think maximum when we can complete? We need to cover the whole June also?
40 hours of training for
Yeah, I
technical.
mean, yeah, if you, I mean, in a week, if you take out 3 days or 2 days, for example, so what do you think? I mean, by end of, sorry, by 20th of 2020 of June, can we complete all this?
20th of June to now it is May.
Yeah.
No, within 20th of June, I think we cannot complete.
The whole course we cannot complete, huh?
Maybe we will be left over with 10 hours of training balance.
10 hours, okay. So we can take out 10 days, I mean, we can
June
take
ending,
out
we can complete. By June end.
end of June. Yeah.
Why you have any deadlines with respect to project work?
No, I mean, in fact, we are planning to go on vacation. So we don't want to leave just 10% or 5% in the last. I mean, to complete it once we come back. So we want to finish 100%. Go to Shimla, Darjeeling, somewhere like.
Wow. You're coming to India, Dilaver?
Yeah, I'll be coming and meeting you.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Good.
It will be very interesting. Online, if it is interesting, then it's my responsibility that I have to come and meet you. In fact,
We'll go for a dinner.
Yeah, why not?
On Dilawar's
Now, if I want to meet Jamal, then I should come to Oman for dinner.
Yeah, there is a check constraint. What is the nationality of Jamal?
This will not work. Okay. Like how we simply write and drop primary key, doc unique, drop check will not work. For that, we should learn a new concept called constraint name.
Or we need to disable something in the check?
No. Okay. Okay.
Or delete the column, then it will delete the data.
Now listen this carefully. This is something new. Okay. Jamal, have a look at this. Table created, student 8 underscore Oman. What is the constraint we have? Check constraint.
Okay.
Condition marks less than or equal to 100. Tell me, Jamal, is it a valid insert command?
101, yes.
Okay. Sorry. What about the second insert command?
No.
Error.
Error, yes.
Okay. First row valid. Second row you get a error. Can you guess what is the error message? What is the error you get?
Invalid.
Have you observed? Check the error message. What you get is check
Check constraint violated.
constraint violated is the error message. There's something new you need to understand. Read the error message carefully. As expected, check constraint violated, but observe there's something in brackets. Scott dot sys underscore c 007039.
Grant. With the grant issue?
Double 007039. Okay. What is this sys 007039? What is this actually? This is called constraint name. Every constraint, what is check? Check is the type of the constraint. Not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check. These are constraint types. Every constraint will have a constraint name. The name of the constraint always starts with sys underscore c followed with n, where n is a number. As a developer, we mention only the constraint type. Did you mention the constraint name in the query? No. When you don't mention the constraint name, Oracle Engine will provide a name for every constraint. The name for this constraint is sys c 007039. Is this clear, Jamal?
Okay, clear.
Second example, have a look at this. Same query. Student 9. Table created. Now this will give you error. Jamal, can you get the error message? Error message is check constraint violated. Followed with there will be one constraint name. Constraint name should start with sys underscore c followed with a number.
Yes.
Error. What is the number? C is 007040. Previously it was 7039, 7040. Sequence numbers. Next constraint name will be 7041, 7042, 7043. There will be a sequence numbering given by the Oracle Engine on every constraint created by the developer. Okay, am I clear?
Yeah.
Now I want to remove the constraint. Alter table student 9 underscore Oman drop constraint followed with sys underscore c 007040. Table altered. My constraint has been removed. Removing the constraint, the best way is to identify the name of the constraint and write drop constraint. You don't need to write drop primary key or foreign key. You don't need to mention what type of constraint. Just mention the name of the constraint. That particular constraint will be removed from the table. Am I clear?
Yeah, but Sunil, why Oracle has given a different format only for check, like you have to make a constant and then the
Not only
constant name.
not only for check, every constraint whatever you create. For primary key also, unique also.
Just like to drop a primary key, we are just putting the constant name over there. Primary key itself.
Constraint type, not name. Name is this one.
Constant type.
Okay.
So
Yes.
to drop a primary key also we can use this sys_c.
Yes, you can use it. Yes. Identify what is the name of the type of the constraint and then name of the constraint and then drop that. That's it. The constraint will be removed. Okay. Now any constraint you can drop it by using the by using this drop constraint followed with constraint names. I have removed the constraint. Now Jamal, you want to add one more constraint. Mark should be less than or equal to 50. That is possible by using an alter command. Alter table student 9_Oman. Add what constraint you want to add. Check constraint. What is the condition? Mark should be less than or equal to 50. You need to open the brackets. Is it open? Syntax? Do we have open brackets? Oh, no opening brackets. Table alter. Now I added constraint. Jamal.
No. Sunil,
Okay.
while
Yes.
altering, while adding the check, can we give the name here itself, some name,
Yes.
our name?
Yeah.
So if you don't give, then it takes the sys_c.
Yes.
Okay. Add check name, and then
No, that is for the column.
Generally, this is not used because by default Oracle engine will give their own constraint name. But if you want, you can have our own constraint name. Constraint Maclean is the name of the constraint.
hello Sunil. Hello Sunil.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello Sunil.
Yeah. Generally, if you want to apply primary key, we write column name, data type, size, when followed the constraint name primary key, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here, Jamal. Here, generally, this is the way we create a primary key. But I add two words. Constraint. Maclean is the name of the constraint. Table created. Table has been created. Table is having what constraint? Primary key constraint. What is the name of the constraint? Not sys_c. The name of the constraint is Maclean.
Maclean. Sunil, I mean, the screen has paused.
Now?
Yeah. I mean, we are still at Maclean, MACLI.
Okay. Can you see now?
No, the screen got stuck, I think.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, we can hear your voice, but
Okay. But the screen is not synchronizing.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 minute. Let's wait for 1 minute. Alter table student drop. Okay.
No,
Oh, how about now? Is it
no, it is still there.
Maybe you need to disconnect your presentation and
I have done that. I have stopped showing my screen. Is it stopped from your end?
No.
Is it stopped, Jamal? Screen sharing, is it stopped?
still. I will close. Or you want to? No.
You do one thing. Exit, leave the meeting and rejoin again. Don't exit, leave the meeting and rejoin. Hello?
Yes, Sunil.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you see the screen?
Screen is still the same.
The same?
Yeah.
Can you scroll up and down?
Still the same.
Screen short, not the screen. Yeah, now
No, it's okay.
Okay, okay.
yeah, now it is moving.
Generally, you can see, if you want to have a primary key, how do we do it? Column name, data type, size, just we write primary key. But here I'm adding two extra words. Constraint followed with the constraint name. What is the name of the constraint I'm naming as? Maclean. Okay. You can see constraint Maclean primary key. So the primary key has been created. The constraint name is Maclean. Okay. Now, if you want to remove the constraint, what will be the command, Jamal? Alter table drop Maclean. That means Maclean is what constraint? Primary key constraint. That particular primary key will be removed. Are you understanding? So
Yes.
removing the primary key is drop constraint. Drop constraint followed the constraint name Maclean. Sorry. I'm unable to paste. Oh, cannot drop constraint, non-existing constraint. I have removed already.
Already you might have dropped it. You cannot roll back?
No, drop is a DDL command. DDL commands cannot be rolled back.
Here on the top we already.
Table created. Non-existent constraint.
Is it MacLean or McAllen?
MacLean, yeah, MacLean.
Why cannot drop constraint? Non-existent constraint. Okay, okay, okay.
It's gone again. Hello? Organized when technical difficulties unless the organizer rejoins the training will end in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see now.
Yes.
Now you can see here that I have used the wrong table name actually. I am dropping the table student. Okay, here. Drop, I have created primary key, and what's the name of the primary key, Jamal? The name is MacLean. Now if you want to remove the primary key, I can write drop constraint followed with the constraint name. It has been successfully removed. So dropping the constraints is always a good practice to know the name of the constraint and write drop constraint name. That particular constraint will be dropped, need not be checked, or it could be any constraint. Okay.